Are we gonna do it? Looks like we will. Let's see if we will. Let's see if we will. Let's see if we will. Queen of Hearts. Queen of Hearts. Don't remember that name. So I just recently woketh upeth. Can I show? Will it pick it up? I don't know. I guess it won't pick it up. Oh yeah, it ain't gonna pick it up because I'm recording the screen too. But I want to see it. It look like it's about to do it. I wanted to see it come down to the low of this fair value gap right there. We have been hanging out in this area right here for a while. So I was like, are we going to continue to slide? And we finally started to slide right there. So let me share what I was watching. I did not, when I woke up like later than I wanted to, and it didn't give me anything once I woke up on this move down here. And we got here into the consequent encroachment of this fair value gap right there. That's an hourly fair value gap. We sat down, we bounced off the consequent encroachment and started consolidating here. And we were not moving in either direction. Right? Everything looking super heavy. And so I was looking at the fact that we consolidated in this area. So when I went from that high and I pulled it down to that low, that consolidation was saying that we were pretty much at the end of the move for how it consolidated here. And then we went after 3 o'clock. I don't trade after 3 o'clock. I don't enter trades after 3 o'clock. So I said, hey, I'm just going to watch price from now. So what I was wanting price to do was to come down and attack the bottom of this fair value gap. And because this was looking like the end of this move based off how it consolidated here. And I said, if we can attack this bottom of this fair value gap and get a strong rejection back above this, it might be, an end of day reversal, just to bounce off at the end of the day, because we've been selling down all day, and then just to pull back off of the low within the last hour. That's what I was watching for, to see if it was going to give that. So that's what I'm going to just watch to see if it does that. Now let me look at a little bit higher time frame to see what that's saying. That was based off of that analysis there, and we're coming into this area here that we spoke about earlier today, where we got this 4-hour breaker down here, right there at the bottom of that hourly fair value gap is an hourly order block right there. We're getting down here into this area, all of this little cleanup area we was talking about earlier, coming down into that 4-hour breaker. Let's just see if it's just a melt off for the rest of the day. Right? It's been playing with us. This has been the slowest. Usually, you know how they say bulls take the stairs in the elevator. Bulls ride up the elevator and the bears fall down the stairs. Well, this has been the slowest fall I've ever seen in my life. It's just been playing. It's been playing games. Stop playing these games with me. So this afternoon, it didn't give me anything that I liked once I woke up. All right, let's look at the 5-minute chart right here. So I didn't wake up until a little after 2. So when I came in, it was right around this area right here. Right, it was right around this area right here when I came in. Let me put on my fancy dancies. Right. It was right around this area here when I came in. It was a little after 2. And so I saw that we had just been consolidating here, right? And that's when I ran my Timonucci's, right? I ran my Timonucci's to this down close counter right there, that last down close counter there, right? I ran my Timonucci's to the close of that last down close counter there, and was putting us to around where it got to and started stalling out. That's why I was like, hey, we done pretty much got to the end of that move. Let's see what the market offers after this, right? And then it's after 3. So, that's why I was like, hey, will we come down here, attack the bottom of this and get a reversal, or will we continue to met off for the rest of the day? All right, that's why I was talking about if we attack the bottom of it, because we were hanging there for a long time. And then pretty much as soon as I started recording, we started to attack that bottom side. And now we're just chilling again. It ain't in no big hurry to do anything, right? It ain't no big hurry to do anything. And that's mostly because of what we was talking about today, this extreme divergence. Look at the Dow. The Dow is the strength leader today, right? The NQ is dumping, and the ES is the red-headed stepchild in the middle, right? The Dow has a BISI that it can come back into right here. The ES, like I said, we still got a BISI down here below that it can come back into. Right, we got a BISI down here we can come back into right there. Hourly BISI up under this consolidation. We got, what is that there? Oh, that's on the 5-minute. All right. Go to the hourly so I ain't got to squanch it up so much. All right, so that 1 hour BISI right there that we're stretching down into. Okay, I didn't have that one marked out. This was the one I had marked out before. I had this marked out like days ago. I had that one marked out days ago. Let me go ahead and mark this one here. Since we've traded all the way through that one, I'll move the Fibonacci's to this one now. Since we've traded all the way through that one. We have traded all the way through that one. Go ahead and mark this one here. Yeah. So we're coming down into that area. We're stretching down. Will we get like an end of day bounce off the low once we hit this hourly breaker for it? This is also a 4-hour breaker. This hourly breaker that we spoke about earlier this morning, I believe it was. This hourly breaker we spoke about earlier this morning. We actually came down to it. I ain't gonna hold you. It surprised me that we actually came all the way down to it by the way we were trading this morning. This afternoon turned out to be the better portion of the trading day as I anticipated, even though for the time frame that I typically watch the market, right? In this case, the sales started during lunchtime. It started during lunchtime, and I typically try to get back here around 1:30, 2 o'clock. And like I say, I didn't get here until a little after 2. And looking at the 15-minute, right? Looking at the 15-minute, there's nothing I would have taken on the 15-minute on any time here. Nothing that I would have personally taken on the 15-minute. If I go to the 5-minute, right, come here around 1:30, right, when I typically try to get back here around here 1:30, there's nothing I would have taken on the 5-minute. Right, nothing I would have taken on the 5-minute. And I know you look and say, hey, Tim is just dying. Why do you say that? Because we're just consolidating here, right? We're consolidating here. And once we started to get the expansion over here at 210, right, we got expansion here on the lunchtime, retrace back up into this imbalance right here at this breaker right there, the low of the breaker, and then we consolidated a little bit more left. So that's the right here, this is the expansion and the retracement that happened during lunchtime. So over here, once we started to expand, right, we never got the retreat. We just can expand it, and then this retracement right here, right, we did get a retracement here and consolidate it, but it never came back into what I needed to come back into. So we got the expansion, retracement, but it never came back up into, because it was too much upside risk for me to go in there. And based off this consolidation, this right here was the end of this price leg right there. So it's like we finished that price leg, and now we consolidating and we're starting anew. Right, so now that we're starting anew here, right, we're super extended here. So not only even though it's after 3, I'm no longer interested in trying to take a short, because we've been falling from 45.90. You know what I'm saying? And now we're all the way down. We're 40 points down almost, right? So we're starting a new price leg with expansion. You can get a retracement into here, but I'm not interested in that, because we're 40 points down right now. Coming into a BISI, coming into a 4-hour breaker, an hourly breaker. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not interested in trying to get a short this deep into it. I would need to at least get a retracement from this leg at least, right? And if I get a retracement for this leg right here, I'm getting a break in market structure right there where I was talking about. You see if we come down and get that break in market structure. So it's just one of the things where you just let it melt away and watch it go and study the price and see exactly what it does. You know, watch how it react off of PD arrays that, you know, you're not a part of. The Dow still holding strong, not making it down to the rest of making it down to this BISI just yet. Still haven't gotten there. It's been trying to get there since this morning. It set the BISI on the 11 o'clock candle, closing at 11 o'clock. Then it's been trying to get back there all day. Came close here. Now it's coming close again. So it still haven't gotten back down to that BISI over there. The sell program, these are 1-minute candles. So the sell program is in full effect on the ES right now. What do I mean by that? Looking at the 1 minute, right? We consolidated here, expanded, right? Got an up close candle there, push back up into the wick of that up close candle, right? Drop down, never came back to the up close candle there, never got a retracement there. Consolidated here, expanded out right there, push back up into the up close candle, this order block right there, and push back down, created another up close candle. So right now we're just consolidating here, right? Looking to see if we decide we want to push back up to this order block and continue down, or will we just consolidate here and respect this up close candle there and continue to push down. Where do we get? We touched the breaker. No, we didn't touch the breaker yet. This is the breaker close. We touched a quarter. We touched 25% of the BISI. We went into 25% of the BISI right there. Pushed back up into this volume imbalance on a 5-minute basis so far. Pushing back up. Got back up to that breaker. That order block. If I said breaker earlier, I'm sorry. Pushed back up into that order block right there on the 1 minute. mean threshold of that right there. 1 minute closure below it. Let's see if we get a 1 minute closure above it. Right there. Just we poked above it, poked above that high. So that's a 1 minute break in structure right there. That's a 1 minute market structure shift right there. Coming back into this down close candle there, that would be a mitigation block there. Didn't get quite there yet. But we come back to we got a 1 minute break in market structure there. Working on a 1 minute closure above this order block. So we got the 1 minute closure above that order block there. So now that we got the 1 minute closure above that order block there, looking for price to come back down into this break. Now this is now a breaker. Looking to see if price will come back down into this breaker, into this imbalance, and respect this breaker, giving it to this order block here, giving it down to this order block right here on this 329 candle, right? If it's going to try to push back, did it touch this? It touched that mitigation block. And it got into this imbalance there. If it's going to try to continue to push up, right, you want to see it respect this same level, but now it's respecting the level as a breaker, right? You want to see it respect that same level, but meaning you don't want a closure below that 45.61.25. You don't want a closure below that, because now you want that respect this as a bullish breaker. It can come down into all of this, all the way down to this bullish order block here, but you want to see it respect that. Like, don't even try to get back to it if it wants to fight its way through, right? And the further it fights up, like if it fights up, it starts to clear this high, right? You're going, it's getting stronger and stronger. It's getting fuel. Like the 1 minute to start picking up more and more fuel the further up it goes, because this high right here is, see, what's that, 45.67.25. All right, let's go up. So 45.67.25, 45.67.25. That's this high right here. So this is on a 5 minute chart. So you'll be clearing out this swing high right there if we get up above that high right there. So now you're getting, you know what I'm saying, a 5 minute. That's a shift in sentiment. This would be the break in market structure here on a 5 minute, getting above this high over here at, what's that, 45.70.50, right? If it's got enough strength to get up there. So now this 1 minute, we're coming back down to the mean threshold of that breaker. Thus far, we're still respecting it. Came back down to it right at the low of that candle is 45.61.25. The what we had talked about for that, the low of that candle is 45.61.25. It's still respecting that level. For right now, you really don't want to see a closure below that if it's trying to push up. Now, bear in mind, this is a 1 minute chart. So as the 1 minute chart eases up, right, it gains more and more validity. So now we still got the 1 minute closure above the mean threshold, so it's still respecting it. Now this 1 minute candle, it has the opportunity to come all the way down into this imbalance, giving it all the way down to this order block. And if it can get back up and close above that mean threshold, that 1 minute breaker is still intact, right? But what you would really want to see is that if it did come down, just do an institutional order flow entry drill inside this imbalance and then push back up. You know what I'm saying? If it was going to stay bullish, right? We're coming back up, magnet into this volume imbalance right here, right? If we can fight above that and stay above it, right, and keep this mean threshold and tack, that'll be good for the bullishness trying to reverse. If we can't, then this mitigation block and this imbalance right here is a formidable foe, right? That candle still giving respect to the mean threshold. Still giving respect to the mean threshold of this 1 minute candle right here. Right. This is what I do when I don't trade. I just sit here and watch every single candle and see how it acts based off of what's going on. I just watch I don't care which way it go. I just watch what it's doing based off of the PD arrays that's there. And I just give myself a spot to watch for bullish and bearish. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's down here and it jumped up there. So I'm like, okay, this is what I want to see happen for the way this expanded to the upside. I don't want to see a closure below this right here. Right? I give it all the way down to this order block to wick all the way down here. Now mind you, it can come down here and start closing down here and still hit this order block and turn around. But if it came below, if we got a closure below this, that's when I'm like, okay, I'm done with the bullishness for now. Let's see if it want to go up or down, but right now, still watching to see, right? We hit that mitigation block, respected it, but we're still respecting this breaker, right? We're still respecting that breaker on the 1 minute, right? Still watching this volume imbalance here. Seeing if we can get a body laid across this volume imbalance right there. We've wicked above it, right? We wicked above it, came back. Now we're pushing up. See if we can get a body laid across this volume imbalance right here. That one there. In case y'all can't see it, spread it out some. That volume imbalance right there. Now we got a body closure above that volume imbalance. We're pretty much right at consequent encroachment of that wick right there. Let's see if we come back down, see if these down close candles start supporting price, right? If these down close candles start supporting price and pushing up, right? Then right now the bullishness is still intact for the short term, right? We're starting to consolidate a little bit right here, right? We've been there for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 minutes there. This would be a good time to whip out some Timonucci's and see, you know what I'm saying, if it was to continue, how far it would go up on this small time frame. Got some nice wicks above us. We're hitting that right there, right? If it does start to move, those wicks there would allow for us to just to peel through that if it wants to keep going up. You know what I'm saying? But we're starting to work on, we got 52 seconds, and then we're going to have a 5 minute fair value gap right here. A 5 minute BISI is going to be right there in that area. Just keeping that in mind. So we can whip out the Timonucci's. If it wants to continue up. Let's see where to go. Let's go to this last up close candle right there. That'll put us above that high right there. What's that? 45.68.75. If it want to continue up, that'll put us above that high, putting us really, really close to that breaking market structure we talked about before on the 5 minute. That'll put us above that first high we was talking about, as far as like we came down and rejected off of this. So if you reject off this low like this right here, the high that sent you there would be the draw on liquidity, and this consolidation is lining up with that. So if you we rejected off this low down there after taking out this low over here, we rejected off of it. So the high that sent us there would be the target. Theoretically, this high sent us there, but that's like a subordinate. And now I'm looking, now that when we rejected, we went above that. So that's why I'm ignoring that and going right back to the parent of this right here. So that would put us in line with that being the draw. Rejecting off of this right here, the high that sent us there would be the draw. The Timonucci's put us right there in line with going above that high right there. So that's all still playing out. That's all still playing out there. We've gotten to the high of this SIBI right here. We're pushed through that SIBI there. Now we're coming into this bearish order block. Now what we're watching on this order block here is, can we disrespect mean threshold of that bearish order block? Can we disrespect? Oh, it's locked. Can we disrespect mean threshold of this bearish order block right here? Right, we've come into it. If that's our high, we want to disrespect that mean threshold. If that's our target that we're trying to get to based off of what the Tim Minucci said, right? If this high is our target, we want to just push through that, right? It would be nice just to push through it in one fell swoop, but even if it went up there, hit it, and then want to come, and as you notice, this down close candle did support price. Remember when I was like, we want to see these down close candles start support price? This down close candle right there did support price, so the buy program is still intact. Now we want this down close candle to support price right here. We got an imbalance there, so it'd be nice for it to get back into that imbalance. You know what I'm saying? Don't be leaving stuff behind. Come back in, get a immediate rebalance, come down to this high right here, and then push back up. You know what I'm saying? Stop with all the institutional order flow entry drills. You know what I'm saying? Fill it in and push through. So we're fighting inside this order block right there. The buy program is still intact, so you want to see this down close candle support price. You want it to stay. You want the closure of the candle to stay above the mean threshold of the candle, the halfway, the 50% point of the halfway of the candle. You know what I'm saying? You can give it all the way to the bottom for the wick, but you want the closure of the body to stay above halfway. And let's see if we get it. Let's see if we get it up there above that high based off of what the Tim Minucci's gave us. All right, now let's see if we get it. Let's see if we get it. Oh, it's 3:43. Man, I got to go get Chris. Chris supposed to be done at 4 o'clock. Sorry, y'all. I ain't going to be able to hang out for much longer. Meaning right now. I recorded this. So I'll upload it. Yeah, we come back down. We're getting back down. See if we come get this imbalance right here. Then pop up, or we come, if that was it, if this order block was strong enough to stop price. Right? Because we still got this breaker. Remember that breaker there? Don't forget about him. We still got a breaker that we have to respect, that we wanted to respect. Right? We've come down right there. We made it, traded away from it. Right now that we've traded away from it, now we're coming back down to it. We want the closure to stay above that breaker right there. Right? We want the closure to stay above that breaker. Remembering that we did come into this order block, and this order block job is to block price and make price go down. Right? So as we come back down toward this breaker, we want price to stay above that mean threshold of that breaker. If we get down below the mean threshold of that breaker, the last line in the sand is this order block down here. If this order block, it can come all the way down there to that order block and still go back up. If it disrespect this order block, it can take out them lows and keep sliding. That's just the nature of the chop. The chop don't stop. And this is why I don't like trading this late in the day. Because a lot of time it's just chop suey, baby. All right, man. Let me go get my son. I appreciate y'all. Let me end this recording. Where is it? Hey, man, hopefully somebody found some value in this right here. If not, I'll try again the next time to give something of value. Until then, be safe out here in these trading streets. Big Spider, gone. Yeah.